Knowing what stats you need for a frame or weapon is irrelevant if you only have a single mod that boosts those stats. This video will quickly cover how to acquire more than just the basic mods. The earliest special mods you'll be able to acquire are corrupted mods, found on regular Deimos missions behind a fancy looking door. Opening the store requires the dragon keys, which hinder you greatly when equipped and are obtained from a dojo's Oregon lab. These mods give a sizable bonus while having a negative stat. The vast majority of useful corrupted mods are for your warframe, with the mods that give you 200% critical chance being the exception. Anything else ranges from niche to downright unhelpful. There's quite a lot in total, so it might take quite a few tries to get all the ones you need. Nightmare missions are a variant of missions that have an extra modifier to them, like having no shields or being on a timer. When completed, you get a special dual stat mod based on what planet it was on, unless it's a rescue mission, in which case there's some other factors at play. I'd consult the wiki to get an idea of which pool you'd be getting a mod from. You're able to partake in these missions once you've completed all the nodes on a planet. Primed mods are obtained from Barrow Katir, who appears at various relays about every 2 weeks or so with a random inventory. You can purchase primed mods with Ducats, a currency obtained by trading in prime parts on said relays. These are superior versions of existing mods, though not all of them are super helpful. Use your judgment on which ones you feel the need to acquire. 60/60s are a type of dual stat mod that gives 60% elemental damage and 60% status chance, hence the name 60/60. These vary in acquisition source, with the heat and cold mods being spy mission rewards, toxin mods as a drop from corrupted Vor and Void missions, and electricity being from Barrow, though if you're really dedicated, you can grind them out from a bonus objective on one particular Eris mission at an extremely low drop rate. I wouldn't recommend it though. There's also some mods I call pseudo 60/60s because they don't give a 60% secondary stat, but give 60% radiation or magnetic along with a very nice secondary stat and still only cost 7 capacity in total. Those are much more common though, they drop everywhere in Murmur and 1999 missions. The Augur mods, and specifically Secrets, Message, and Reach, are 7 capacity cost mods that give good amounts of ability strength, duration, and range respectively. They also have a set bonus that converts casted energy into shields. They are bounty rewards on Cetus, though those can be quite difficult to complete as a beginner. Also from Cetus are Vigilante mods, which have a set bonus that gives a chance to upgrade the tier of critical hits. Vigilante Armaments in particular is a very nice and easy to use mod. It's worth noting that robotic companions that use primary mods can grant you a set bonus by having them equipped on the companion weapon, as to not hinder your build by putting on a bunch of mods you don't care about. Companions also have special mods you should be aware of: Bond mods and Retriever mods. These mods grant special effects under specific conditions, such as a free ability cast after a companion uses enough abilities itself, or decreasing the cooldown on companion abilities when killing enemies with more than 3 status effects. Retriever mods are for non-robotic companions that have a chance to double credit and resource drops. These and the Bond mods can be acquired from vendors from the 3 open worlds. Augments are mods that alter ability for specific warframes. These are acquired from player syndicates for 25k standing each. You'll often have to trade for these, but most frames don't need augments to perform well. Next, we have a selection of mods that are best described as very rare melee mods, those being Condition Overload, Quickening, and Life Strike. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, you're just going to have to get lucky for these. Quickening and Life Strike can be acquired from Dark Sector Survival and Defection missions as a C rotation reward. Life Strike can also be dropped from various enemies at an extremely low rate. Condition Overload is an absurdly rare drop from a selection of infested enemies, mainly on Deimos, and one singular Kuva enemy. These mods can also be acquired from the circuit as well, or alternatively traded for. At the time of writing, these mods sell for about 10 plat each, so it's not the end of the world if you just want to buy one. Drift mods are a group of mods that go in your Warframe's Exilus slot and give a small but impactful bonus in various ways. They can be acquired by doing Halls of Ascension on Lua, and you can find guides on how to complete them as most of them aren't very intuitive. Each puzzle corresponds to a specific mod, so the one you get will not be random. Galvanized mods are superior versions of existing mods, but in a different way than primed mods. These mods give a bonus on kill, either increasing their effect or giving a bonus related to the effect. Most notably are the multi-shot mods that simply give more multi-shot on kill. These are acquired from Arbitrations, a special endurance mode unlocked after completing the Eris Junction. Arbitrations are also how you unlock helpful mods like Adaptation and Rolling Guard, among a few others. You can get these as mission rewards or alternatively purchased using Vitus Essence found during Arbitrations. Archon mods are versions of existing mods with additional effect attached to them that are triggered by ability usage. Most of them are pretty niche, but can be quite impactful should a frame be able to trigger their effect. They also have the same values as their prime counterparts, meaning you won't have to choose between a better stat or the effect. If you feel I've neglected to talk about something important, please leave a comment about what mod it is and why it's important. I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you very much for watching.